Hey, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Now we're back on deck, boy.
Are we starting right now?
Yeah, literally.
Oh, I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
All right. Bam. This is the podcast that we do.
Yes.
It's called the SwordCast.
It's SwordCast.
And I didn't know we were starting. All right, man. Very exciting episode we got here.
Hell yeah.
Coming off the heels of not only Shang Chi, which was awesome.
Incredible.
Or Shang Chi. And also
Shang-Chi.
AEW, man. All
Bruh.
out. Wow.
That shit was really good, dog. Really good.
Hey man, episode 96. Look, man, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes, man. The meat and potatoes. First of all, man, AEW All Out.
Shit.
Amazing, great show. Just what were your thoughts? What was your favorite match? How did you feel about? First of all, like, we were excited going in, right?
Yes.
And it definitely delivered upon the excitement.
Definitely, man. This was really anticipated, obviously, for a lot of different reasons that we'll get into soon. But I was really excited, man. Like, a big fan of. I've been watching AEW since day one. Super fan of it. Reminds me of sort of the glory days of WCW. And as far as favorite match, bro, like, there was a few really good matches. Even some of the matches that I didn't have high expectations for were great. Like Mural versus Eddie Kingston.
That match was really good.
Started off slow, but we were both like,
perfect way to start off.
Yeah, like, wait a minute, this is actually kind of good, bro. Even though we can't stand Chris Jericho, like even that match had its moments where it was like, oh, okay, like I can see that I can see why this would appeal to some people. But definitely my match of the night, without question, was the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, where we finally saw the title shift. The Lucha Bros finally got a chance to beat the goddamn Young Bucks. Man, it's so, dog, they're doing such a good job of drawing. I used to love and I still do love the Young Bucks, but I can't stand them now, man. Like, their gimmick is just the worst. I put on Facebook, I was like, what I say? Nick Jackson looks like if Hollywood Hulk Hogan had a pre-evolution, a Pokemon pre-evolution, it would be Nick Jackson.
That's exactly what he looked like, and they look even more ridiculous every time they're on TV.
Yeah.
So I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. Some ridiculous spots, man. Some like this fool Ray Phoenix, dog,
bro.
He's so amazing, dog.
The off the cage wall.
Bro, he climbed to, and that cage looked like 10 times taller than the normal like WWE cage. He climbed to the top, like, bro, before the match even started, he climbed to the top. just cause, like, hey, I'm fucking crazy athletic. I'm just gonna walk up to the top, like it's no problem. But there's a flying crossbody off the top of the cage.
Yeah, bro.
Fearless, just a fucking madman. Amazing spot. Even some of the guys in the group that we're in who hate, like, spoil their spots, even some of those guys were like, yo, that shit was fire.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you? What was your favorite match?
Oh man, I love the show, man. I thought it was amazing. I mean, we talked earlier. There's a lot of people saying that this was like one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time, and we'll talk about that after we kind of reviewed a little bit. But just like what you said, like, this is a perfect time to overreact. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. I loved it, man. I thought it was amazing. Eddie Kingston versus Mural was a good match. I was kind of telling you that Eddie can get down in the ring. You know, he's kind of he does a lot of matches where he's like brawling and stuff, but he got some tech.
Bro, I heard
he got some work.
On the internet they were describing that match as a beef slapper. That shit had me cracking up.
Beef
Just
slapper.
a couple of beef slappers.
But yeah, I thought that match was dope. Miro he's so good right now, man.
He hit a jump kick or a drop kick, or it looked like he was about to do a backflip.
Yeah, he's a monster. Super athletic, man.
Yeah.
That match was dope. What was after that? I think Chris Statlander and Britt Baker.
Oh yes.
That match was cool. I already told you. I think Chris Statlander is the best. I think Chris Statlander and Thunder Rosa are the two best like female wrestlers in AEW. And then I would put Ty Conti in third, and then probably Sheeta. I don't think Britt Baker is very good in the ring. I like her. She's super over. I like her. You know what I'm saying? Her gimmick, her personality, and everything. I think they put the belt on her a little too soon. But I think it was a good call just because it was such a drastic change from Sheeta to her.
Yeah.
So you know, it's fine. But I think in the long run, the real like women's champ that's gonna be like delivering banger matches is gonna be Thunder Rosa or Chris Statlander.
I can see that.
So that match was good, man. Like you said, the Jericho MJF match had its moments. I can't stand either one of them, but definitely like we were talking about. Like I have to give MJF his props. He's a fantastic heel, and he can wrestle, man. You know, what I mean?
Wrestle.
Hit the side moonsault. I was like, wow,
Landed on his feet.
The match was cool.
Hold on. I think I cracked the code of why you don't. I mean, obviously he's a douchebag. You're supposed to not like him. But in terms of why you weren't respecting his wrestling game, I think I cracked the code for you when we were watching it. I was like, basically, this nigga he only wrestles Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really do shit when you wrestle against Chris Jericho.
He literally only wrestles Chris Jericho.
Once he starts wrestling against better wrestlers.
Yeah, that match he had against Jungle Boy last year was really good.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see him wrestle some other opponents.
Yeah.
Please don't run it back. Please don't run it back.
Hell, and you know they will. You know they are. That's gonna suck. But
geez, man.
once he stops lugging around the corpse of Chris Jericho, you'll see he's a pretty decent wrestler.
Yeah, man. That match was cool. Then we had the female battle royal was dope. Man, I really wanted Thunder Rosa to win so bad. But the Ruby Soho, man, she's AEW now. That was fire. I like that she came in and won. Yep. I think that's dope, man. I think one thing that AEW does really good is when they get a new big name, they throw them into the fire. They don't sit there and like wait to do cool stuff with them. Like it starts immediately. Like look at like Tommy Inn or Malachi Black. Like he's amazing already. He's an attraction. Got the best entrance in AEW. Miro got there. He instantly was. They instantly put him to work, and he's great TNT champ now. Andrade's got there, was supposed to have a match with Pac at the show, but they're doing it on Rampage, I think. So
yeah.
But just I think they do a really good job of when they get those big names, they instantly put them to work, man. And rest in peace, Brody Lee. But like when he got there and he was revealed as the Exalted One, I still say to this day, man, like I hate that moment happened in front of no fans, because I think that would have been that would have got a really crazy pop from the crowd.
That and when Sting came back too.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. So what else we got? Oh man, CM Punk and Darby Allin was fantastic.
Yep. Hey man, look, I'm not a CM Punk fan, but he impressed me last night.
Yeah, I mean he looked good, man.
He
looked
did.
Like
I couldn't hate on him. I was trying to. I was looking for a spot to hate.
Yeah, he had a suspiciously low levels of like rustiness. Like
yeah,
I feel like
hold on, bro.
I feel like
you've
been wrestling.
Yeah, you've been getting some work in.
You know what I'm saying? I thought he looked fantastic, man. Hit that Dean Malenko calf kick. I love that.
Yeah,
that little flying kick. I thought the match was good, man. Darby is awesome.
Okay, bro. Real quick,
Yeah.
I think Oob was talking about this in the group. I think they need one more belt, bro, because you gotta give something for Darby Allin and Jungle Boy, because they're next, but they're like 2, 3, 4 years away.
So here's what I would propose, because I mean, I'm kind of in the middle on that all the time with that whatever promotion, like, because I think when you look at a company like New Japan, I feel like they have too many belts, and then I feel like they got rid of one that they shouldn't have got rid of. They got New Japan's got the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, then they had the Intercontinental Championship, and then they had the Never Openweight Championship, and then they had the IWGP US Championship, and then they got the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
That's too many.
Then
they don't need that many,
bro. And then they got the tag titles. Then they got the junior tag titles, and they got the 6-man tag titles. They got way too many belts. And
but you need more than AEW only has 4 right now.
I think if you're not gonna have a junior or a cruiserweight belt, you got to have a television title. And
well, the TNT title is technically their television title.
I don't think so, because when I say television title, I mean you got to have a belt that gets defended every Dynamite episode.
I think that's what Cody was trying to do when he first started. That's what he was doing when he was wrestling every week.
But I think that belt is too big for that. I think you need 2 big belts. You got to have the World Championship, then you got to have like the Intercontinental level type of. That's the TNT belt to me.
Well, I'm hitting at something a little bit more specific, right? Because I think this is a new problem. This is a new problem that no other company has had because it's brand new, or they haven't had it in like a long time, right? So you got the top guys that like you can't keep away from the. You can't keep Kenny Omega away from the top of the card. You got CM Punk and Bryan Danielson there now. Yeah. You can't.
Spoiler alert.
Right. You can't keep them away from the top of the card, but you also, and this is where WWE fucks up all the time, is you can't let your young dogs disappear. So you got to give them something that signifies that even a guy like MJF, he's still probably 2 years away. Mm-hmm. Jungle Boy they're clearly grooming him to be like one of the top faces in the company, but that's gonna be 3-4 years from now.
Yeah, no,
same with Sammy Guevara.
I totally agree what you're saying, but I think they need another belt, and the reason I say a television title is because that's kind of a belt that's like a mid-cardy type of belt, but it's also a belt where like, you know, you're not gonna have Kenny Omega go. Maybe one day down the line, but like this is a belt where you got Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, Orange Cassidy, MJF, Sammy Guevara. Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys, that would be a good belt, and I do think they need another one. I agree.
They just need they're doing a good job so far, and even like the stable thing where you got like big stables where you got a top dog, a tag team, and then a guy who's up next.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job with all this stuff.
Because you got to keep your young stars relevant until it's their turn. Mm-hmm. And I think AEW right now is doing a fantastic job of that. And I want them to continue to do it.
Yeah, and another thing they do well, right, is like everybody when everybody they're signing too many people. One thing that AEW does very well is one, they don't have a pay-per-view every 2 weeks, right? They only have, I think, 4 pay-per-views a year, which is great. And then another thing they do really good is they don't oversaturate the program with the same people. Like,
yes,
WWE does, and yes, I'm being critical of WWE, but what they are terrible at is just putting the same people in your face all the time. Right. AEW does a really good job of keeping people's mystique alive and keeping their attraction level up.
Yes.
Like, Kenny Omega's not wrestling every episode of Dynamite. You know what I'm saying?
He rarely wrestles on
Pac's
Dynamite.
Not wrestling every episode of Dynamite. Like, you're rarely seeing some of these top guys. So when they are there, you're like, oh, I gotta cut on Dynamite tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kenny's wrestling.
WWE only does that with like Brock Lesnar.
Right, and that's because he's like literally just gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do a good job of that, and like one wrestler who it bothers me because they did this to is Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, this is a guy obviously amazing, but one of the all-time great entrances. And it got played out because he just wrestled every fucking night. Day. You know what I'm saying? So AEW is really good at that. And
that's the perfect antidote to like, too big of a roster. Like, no, you're the only reason why you say that is because you're used to a WWE format that has their top guys on TV nonstop, and then the other guys are just never to be found.
100%.
You can have a lot of top guys if you just rotate them,
bro. Thank you.
Maybe you'll see. Maybe you don't even see Kenny a couple of Dynamites.
That's how he's not on every single show,
Right.
which is great.
And maybe you bring in a guy like CM Punk to talk a little shit for one episode, and then you don't see him again for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah,
like
man.
that's how you keep them. That's how you keep the stock high.
For sure, bro. And then but that's all facts. And back to All Out. Obviously, we just talked about CM Punk Darby Allin. The match was great. And then my favorite match too, which I think is a legitimate match of the year.
I would say
French
so.
match of the year contender: Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks in the cage. Amazing, dog. Phoenix with the off the cage arm drag. Remember? He was
Yeah.
walking the ropes,
Oh my
jumps
God,
off the cage.
Yes.
wall.
On some
Crazy.
Spider-Man shit, literally.
And then I loved the brother dynamic. I loved the thumbtack shoe super kick, and then Pentagon jumps in to protect his little brother. I thought that was awesome.
They don't tell stories in AEW. You know what I'm saying?
And then, bruh, the destroyer off the top rope
Bruh.
killed Matt Jackson. His head
Dog,
landed right on the ring.
And then he like ricocheted. He like bounced off
It
the
was
ring.
It was
I
disgusting.
was just like, dog, are you
It
alive,
was
my guy?
gross, bro. Like if you ever want to see somebody sell getting dropped on their head, like go back and watch an old Rob Van Dam match. Like he used to sell like DDTs and pile drivers, and he would like shoot up in the air. It was crazy. But yeah, it was nasty. The match was awesome. I loved the moment Pentagon had with his family after the match.
Yeah.
So good. That was my favorite match.
Mine too.
Then we had the only stinker, which nobody cared about, was the Big Show QT match. And we're not even gonna talk about it. And Big Show's theme is absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah,
I'm big.
big as hell. Gonna choke slam you. We said before we turned on the pod, nigga, that shit sound like a truck stop anthem.
Oh my goodness, so bad. But then, the main event, man, Kenny versus Christian, which I actually thought the match was fire.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenny with the shenanigans at the end, but like you said earlier, I do like that he ends up winning the match on his own. I thought the match was dope. Dog, the ripcord V trigger, the rain trigger as they call it.
Yeah, bro.
It was very similar to the one he hit on Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11. I thought it was nasty. It was really good.
Yeah, he knocked Christian Cage's mind out of his head.
I thought that was fantastic. And then man, the thing that everybody is talking about, right? It was a good show match wise, but then the surprises, like not only Ruby Soho, CM Punk's first match, but like I said on Twitter, like CM Punk hasn't wrestled in 7 years, bro, and he's not even going to be the most talked about thing from this show.
Not even close.
So after the match, we get the Adam Cole coming straight to AEW, bro. Like he just was on NXT like 2 weeks ago.
Literally like yesterday, and now he's on AEW.
Now he's all elite. Comes out, you called it. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Being the Elite, if you've been paying attention to Bullet Club stuff for the past, like 5 years, you already know that Adam Cole is their homie. So Adam Cole comes, super kicks Jungle Boy, joins up with the Elite, which we all knew was gonna happen. Then after that, thought the show was gonna go off the air. No, we get what'd you say about Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson?
Dog.
Brian, what's funny is because I talked about Bryan Danielson last week about how I kind of had some resentment towards him for kind of biting Kenta's offense a little bit, him and CM Punk.
Yeah.
But I do like Bryan Danielson. He's a great wrestler, and it's funny because it took me so long to start calling him Daniel Bryan. Like even when he was in WWE, I could never call him Daniel Bryan. I always called him Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, so now
then
it's the
I
opposite.
finally started calling him Daniel Bryan like 3 years ago. Now he's back to Bryan Danielson.
So
what'd you say though?
So you hear, I think the song is called March of the Valkyries. I think is the old like Warship song.
Yeah, his theme song.
So you hear that hit, and once something they made it clear that something else was happening, and I was like, yo, that was such a good like swerve because they set it up twice and you wasn't sure where it was gonna go. So in comes Daniel Bryan with the clean cut. With the hipster cut and the fucking trap remix. I was like, bro, I said this nigga got a black person to cut his hair and remix his theme song. He came in. That song it's actually. I mean, I'm not a I like hip hop. So trap has a place in my heart. It's not my favorite type of hip hop, but like that shit slap. And hey, here's a soup. Okay, two things. And I'm gonna try, keeping our game plan in mind here because I can talk about this for a long time, but I'm gonna keep it tight. I love the fact that AEW is keeping diversity in mind, and not just with the type of wrestlers they're bringing in,
but bro, the music.
They finally have hip hop in the
like
songs.
The beats that they're playing before the screen fades out.
Bruh.
It was a good change. Like when you watch NXT pay-per-views. Or you watch WWE pay-per-views, it's always like hard rock.
It's just this 1980s grunge. Nobody cares about that shit anymore, bro.
Like grunge music.
If you want younger fans, go play some hip hop, and they will respond to like.
And it's like the beats they were playing. They
were dope. They were legit,
dope.
Like good. The closest thing you get to that you got Bianca Belair and Hit Row now, but the New Day was.
I can't stand Hit Row. Stop.
I mean, but they have a hip hop beat or whatever for their music.
Super. Dog, did you see that episode where they just rapped for like 20 minutes straight?
I did.
What was happening?
I don't know. One of them was rapping kind of effectively, but the rest of them sounded like clowns.
It was great.
But so that's good. I love that. I love to see that. But the one thing, and this is, I was going to talk about this in our little wrestling group. I would like to see AEW bring in some more black top guy stars. Mm-hmm. Now, I do have some empathy for it because, like, I think that they would like to, but wrestling has been racist for 1,000 years.
Right.
There aren't that many top black stars, and almost all of them are in WWE.
So, just going off the top of your head right now, who is a black wrestler that you would like to see them bring in and just like push to the moon?
That's the thing, bro. There's just not that many, man.
Right.
Like there's just not the people who I think are the perfect fit for AEW is the New Day without question, just because they know everybody.
I'm trying
there.
to think of like a younger.
Well,
to me, I don't know if you are familiar, but Desmond Xavier, he's in a tag team called MSK, and that's not even his name anymore. I forget the name that he goes by now. But he's in NXT's NXT tag champion, and I think he has a lot of like star potential as a singles wrestler.
So that's my critique, right? Like I think because they got a lot of young black dudes in AEW who are dope. Like
they do.
Alpha, what's the Top Flight or whatever?
I like Top Flight. I liked Private Party. I like, but it's like then you get my man that Aleister Black or Malachi Black just wrestled.
Shotzi whatever.
Johnson or whatever.
Yeah.
Shotty Lee Johnson, I think that
Shotty Lee.
I just like I'm tired. I don't like the high energy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, my critique,
you just see it, and it almost feels like it's a typecast gimmick because so many black wrestlers do that, and it's so safe, and it's.
I agree, but here my critique is actually something different. I agree with you on that, but like, I don't even really care what the gimmick is at this point. I would just like to see more at the top, but
100%.
There aren't all of the guys who you could put at the top right now are like locked into WWE, and you're just never gonna get them, right?
Right.
You maybe Shelton Benjamin, not Shelton. Is that who's not Shelton Benjamin? The other guy, the guy who Big Swole's husband.
Oh, Cedric Alexander. He actually tweeted and was like, "I'm so jealous of Big Swole right now."
So he could be that guy.
Yeah,
he could be that guy
Cedric
for them.
Is awesome. Also, Chris Bay, man. Chris Bay from Impact. He's he just joined Bullet Club.
Oh, did he?
He's dope. I could see him kind of maybe coming over. They're doing all the Forbidden Door stuff.
Sure.
So.
But the point I'm trying to make is that I get why there aren't many right now, but and I also peep that AEW has a lot of young dudes coming up, a lot of young black dudes coming up. So I think what they're trying to do is like in the future, we're gonna have a diverse group of guys at the top, and I can see that happening. But I just kind of want it to happen sooner. That's all.
I agree, and I also really wish that Leo Rush would have stuck around, man.
Yeah, because he could be that bridge,
good, man. He's so good. I wish he would have stuck around.
Yep.
But yeah, man, All Out was fire. I know a lot of people are saying it's like one of the best shows ever. I will say that I did love it, and I do think it's one of the best shows ever, especially for the time and the way that wrestling has been lately. Yeah. I've seen shows with better matches as far as like the match quality goes as a whole, but as far as surprises and stuff like that and the way it ended, I think this is definitely one of the best wrestling pay-per-views.
I agree.
It was awesome, man.
Totally. All right,
on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
Shit, man, I would give it a 10. I would give it a 10, and you know that doesn't mean that it's the greatest thing that I've ever seen.
But the fact that it was just good all the way through, that matters. It's you're not watching one match, you're watching a whole show.
Yep.
You don't gotta have, because you know some shows, like even shows that have like incredible matches, you might have a show that only the main event is fire, or only one match on the card.
WWE does that all the time.
Yeah, they do. So the fact that the show is just good all the way through matters. I would also give it a 10.
Boom. There it is.
All right, man. Look,
what happened?
What's the timestamp right now?
Man, we've been on for about 25 minutes. It's 1:45 right now.
Look, man, if 25 minutes in, y'all waited. It's time to get into the meat and potatoes.
Yes.
It was a movie that came out this weekend.
Yeah, I heard it was a new movie. Tell me about it. What happened?
All right, man. Look, so years ago, the most anticipated movies that I was looking forward to seeing the most, okay, there was 3 of them. Mm-hmm. There was Snake Eyes, which came out. I saw it. I enjoyed it. But it didn't hit that level that even though I liked it and I enjoyed the movie, loved Andrew Koji as Storm Shadow, thought it was awesome. It still didn't hit that level that I was expecting. I got
a hot take about Snake Eyes after Shang Chi that I want to run by you.
Okay, and then another movie. Okay, there was 3. The second one was the Mortal Kombat movie, and this is a movie that me and you have been following for years. We knew the cast, we knew the writers, we saw how good the cast was.
Yep.
Again, good movie. I liked it. Still didn't hit the level that I was really wanting it to hit. Mm-hmm. And that third movie was Shang Chi. Marvel, one of my favorite Marvel characters. And this is the one that finally hit the level that I was hoping one of these movies would hit. Let's talk about it, man.
Well, let me go first just to get my little thoughts out of the way.
Little thoughts.
I know you're going to want to go crazy here. Fantastic. It's easily in my top 5. I don't know that I can put it. I mean, I'll get the bad out of the way first, right? I don't know that I can put it at number 1. Like something about Black Panther. It's
black.
This nigga sweet, rich, goddamn tech, sci-fi, goddamn capoeira kind of.
The casino fight.
Oh my god, dog. So, anyways, I don't know that it supplanted Black Panther, but it's easily in my top 5, probably in my top 3. An amazing film, by a mile the best fights, and we talked about this before. That's not surprising. Like, we expected it to have the best fight.
We did, but like for it to actually happen,
that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like they definitely paid.
It's weird because like it's this thing where let's not crown people for doing what they were supposed to do, but also like let's kind of
we've been hurt before.
We've been in some bad relationships.
And so let's
give them.
I'm glad that you
did a little bit of props for doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I already talked about Aquafina. I definitely found myself. No, Aquafina, move, Aquafina, get out of the way, move, come on, move. But
the stars,
right? Move, get out of here. Like, I get it. You're famous. You mock black people. I get it. Move. Get out of the way. Simu Lee, come here.
I had a similar feeling with the white guy with the sword hand.
Oh, what was his Razor Fist?
Move, redeemable white
right.
character. We're not doing this in this
get out
movie.
Of here. Stop
Go. Move.
Yeah. So, other than that, I mean, it's just just the wuxia elements there. I noticed that like the wuxia elements were present in like Talo,
Talo, yeah.
Talo area, like universe.
Loved it.
And then in like the main universe, it was just hard hitting, like raid style fights.
Loved it.
Incredible. And you know what we do on the SwordCast, man, it's time to officially crown Queen Mother Michelle Yeoh. She finally gets the crown as the title of Queen Mother for sure. She also, for all my Star Trek sweaties, another reason why she earns the crown is she plays a character on Star Trek Discovery named Captain Giorgio. Fucking awesome. So, she's one of my favorite Star Trek characters, and she's brand new. Fantastic.
I love her, man. She's
so
just
good.
Amazing.
And
she's been amazing for a long time.
That's true. She's like 60, 63 or something like that.
Yep.
And also just
would still marry her right now.
just in case you're wondering, yes, she does do some air combos in Star Trek. She does.
Oh,
she does. There's a couple
of
of
Star Trek.
She does lay the hands down in a couple episodes. But yeah, man. So I thought it definitely met my expectations. But I want to hear from you, bro. Tell me what you thought.
All right, guys. I mean, hey, man. I'm not gonna waste no time. It's my favorite Marvel movie ever.
Oh!
Hey man,
Hey
man, yeah.
I'm not gonna waste any time. This is my number one favorite MCU movie.
It
might even be. Hey, man, look.
Hold on, wait. Before you say it, me and Edmund talked about this. I bet him that not only would this be your number one Marvel movie, has this cracked your top 5 movies of all time?
Bro. Yes.
Yes.
It's funny you said that because I saw it twice already, and after the second time, I was like, "Yo, is this a top 5 all time movie?" I think so. I was going through my list, and it's definitely there's a spot for it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. I loved it, man. Obviously, the fights were incredible. I love the fights. Man, Simu Liu, man, this guy is, I already told you before, like, he's a great Instagram follow if you guys don't follow him. And he does the stuff, man. Like, he put the work in. Like, he did a lot of that stuff himself, which is super impressive. Like, even the scenes on the train or the bus where he's like swinging around and stuff, like he did a lot of this stuff himself. So super impressive. I don't know if you saw him throw the pitch in the baseball game, but he did a backflip after he threw the pitch. Just awesome, man. The fights were so good. I loved the wuxia feel. Like it didn't even feel like a Marvel movie. Like this felt like a wuxia, like Chinese cinema, like action martial arts movie. I thought that was awesome. I thought
those who don't know, wuxia is the crouching tiger, hidden dragon genre.
Yeah,
it didn't start there, but that's what popularized. I actually took a class on this when I was in college. They're all based off of the Journey to the West story, and it's basically like fantasy mixed with martial arts.
Martial arts, there's usually some love in there somewhere. So yeah, man, I really loved that about it. Especially Talo, man. Like all the Talo stuff was my favorite in the movie. I thought the special effects were so good. I thought it was really easy to. It's so easy to like drop the ball with the special effects in a movie like this. I thought the ring stuff looked good. I thought the dragons looked good at the end. I thought it was cool. I like the dragon. I thought looked really good, man. I did. I loved the design of the dragon. I thought it was pretty cool.
Little Fing Fang Foom tease. We thought that's who it was going to be.
We thought that's who it was, but I'm gonna get into some of that in a minute. I thought that was good. I love the fact that we finally got a real Mandarin character, man. Like Mandarin is a really dope villain, and I just did not. I hated the Iron Man thing, so they kind of retconned that. That was dope. And I thought this movie had like good changes, right? Like Mandarin's obviously not if you read any any Shang-Chi comic books, like Mandarin's not his dad. His dad is this guy named Fu Manchu, but they kind of like they kind of like combined the two characters.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
he does remind me of the Fu Manchu character.
Yeah, like they kind of combined the Fu Manchu and the Mandarin characters together to make his father, like, again, like, you don't get all mad just because it's not exactly how it is in the comic book. Like when they,
actually,
you know what I'm saying? Like this is a good change. They made good changes in this movie. I liked it. I liked the fact that the rings weren't actual rings. You know what I'm saying? They kind of switched that. They made it like the bracelets.
Yeah.
I thought that was dope. I thought that was interesting to see how they did that. And also, like, I really liked the thing at the end, right, with the analyzing where the rings came from. Maybe like a Eternals.
That was my theory. It was created by Brian Tyree Henry character, who's the Eternals architect.
Yeah, so
that's what I think.
I thought that was really cool. That's a dope theory. And then also, man, like, I really like that they gave Shang-Chi a power. You know what I'm saying? Because in the comic books, he doesn't have any powers. He just kind of inexplicably beats up superpowered characters.
Fight? What you mean? The explanation is that nigga can fight, and he whoops Captain America's ass.
And he beats
the
up
end.
superpowered characters all the time. So, on screen, I think it's good that they gave him, the 10 rings,
because we all saw how far that got Clint.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was dope. I mean, I'm not going to talk about specific. I mean, I'll just run through some. Like, obviously, the bus scene was amazing. The scaffold scene was amazing. The fight with Death Dealer. All the Ta Lo stuff, man. Like, his mom, when she first met his dad, that was one of my favorite scenes. That was awesome. So I loved all the fights, man. The fights were incredible. I really, really loved the part with Michelle Yeoh, where with like the emphasis on like needing to use open hands for fighting, right? So you can catch and redirect people's energy. I thought that was really dope.
Man, martial arts has always been, even karate. Karate means art of the open fist.
Yeah, and just there's a lot of, man, some karate there, some Wing Chun there, lots of Wing Chun, lots of Wushu, lots of Tai Chi. Thought that was so good. I really loved that. What else, man? I thought that this movie succeeded big time where like some other origin movies fail, because he was sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stop the bullshit.
You know how we always talk about that? Like, he's a superhero, bro. He need to be. He's sweet. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna practice my web launcher, and I suck at it until the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Oh my goodness, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I thought this movie did a great job of the character just being sweet. That's it.
Yep.
Even
Awkwafina was like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah,
when the hell you learn how to do that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was so much better than like what we usually see in an origin movie. Kind of go away Awkwafina a little bit, like you already touched on that.
Oof.
More of his sister. Like much more of his sister.
That's an original character, yeah.
Yeah, she was really dope. And then, like, just some nerdy, sweaty stuff that I kind of picked up on, like, because in the comic books, Ta Lo is a real place, right? Ta Lo it's like a little pocket dimension type of thing, which you see it in Shang-Chi stuff, you see it in some Iron Fist stuff, you see it in
how is it different than the place?
Doctor Strange. So
than the Iron Fist place.
So
I feel like they should be the same place, no?
They're not, because Kunlun, as far as I could be getting this wrong. I'm sure somebody will correct me. But I know that Kunlun from Iron Fist is one of the 7 capital cities of heaven. That's what it's called. And I don't think that Ta Lo is one of those. But it might be, though, and maybe I need to check that. Because it could be, and it would make sense if it was, because it's the same deal. Kunlun appears on Earth once every 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
And you have to be, and that was kind of like how this was with the way appearing to get into the city. So actually, Ta Lo could be one of the 7 capital cities of heaven. But so I was kind of, when I was watching this, I was like, are they making Ta Lo Kunlun, or are they going to actually
that's what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying, a Kunlun? And then another thing I thought of was like, is like this dragon, Shao Lao, which is the dragon that the Danny Rand or the Iron Fist character has to defeat to get the powers of the Iron Fist. So I thought that would be dope. Like, I don't know what they're doing there, but I think that would be whatever, man. I think it would be dope if they did something with that. And then also their mom, they kind of hinted at, she said, there's other places like Talo, and that it wasn't the only one. So, like, that kind of makes me think that maybe it is one of the 7 capital cities of heaven. You know what I'm saying?
They could do something like that with Atlantis for Namor as well.
Yeah, bro. And then, see? And then also, like, they talked about how the rings were, what's the name? Was that, how do you say it? The dragons? There's like a race of dragons,
I don't remember.
Space dragons, whatever. They said it's like that type of technology, and that's what Fing Fang Foom is. He's that race of dragons.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. And then, really, man, like, I just love the movie, bro. My only gripe was really that I thought Death Dealer I thought he died a little soon. You know what I'm saying? We see Marvel do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they introduce like the
head henchman,
like the top lackey.
Yeah, the top goon.
And then and I thought it would have been a really good opportunity for them to. I thought it would have been a good opportunity for them to kind of build on him, because Death Dealer's not in a lot of stuff. He's in some of the older Shang Chi books, but he's not like a really prominent character, and he just looks sweet.
You see him a little bit in Iron Fist, though, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Not a lot though.
Yeah.
He's not in a lot of stuff. So I thought it would have been cool if they would have did that. But I loved it, man. I loved it. It's definitely my favorite Marvel movies. Definitely probably my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Y'all need to go see it. The fights were incredible. The bus scene, the scaffold scene, the one-on-one with Death Dealer, the fight against his dad at the end. Just the fight at the beginning where his dad first meets his mom when he goes to Talo. The scene with Shang-Chi training with Auntie Michelle Yeoh, and she's giving him some game. Just an amazing movie, man. Loved it.
I agree, bro.
Incredible.
Definitely did not disappoint, man. Marvel just I'm impressed, dog. Credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
These fools have let's not get it twisted. They have missed. Shot a couple air balls, but in general, these fools is knocking it out of the park. And this makes me even more excited for Eternals, because
definitely.
some
It was definitely. Like, after getting Black Widow, like, this movie was that upper, you know what I'm saying?
Because you almost want, like, the reason why this makes me feel good about, because I was worried, because I had the same concern about Black Panther, because, like, the movie that came out right before it was really good, and I'm like, man, they're gonna miss at some point. I just hope it's not Black Panther.
Right.
It almost feels good that, and shout out to Black Widow. It's not my favorite character, but I respect the character, but. If we're going to have to sacrifice one movie, I'm okay that it was that one.
Right.
So that the next couple, we can get it going again.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Get a nice hot streak going. And
I'm excited for Eternals too, man. I think Eternals is gonna hit. So,
and also you got Spider-Man 3 coming after that.
And they're relatively not that far away.
And the fucking multiverse, Doctor Strange. Bro, Marvel about to get real sweaty. And I'm here for it, dog.
It's about to get real crazy. I would love for Iron Fist to get introduced at some point.
Got changed character.
They never did.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
They never did Iron Fist.
I must have dreamt that or something.
You must have dreamed it, yeah. Something, I don't know. But they, I hope they bring Iron Fist into the picture at some point, because now we have that fantasy world established with Talo and Kunlun and all those, the capital cities. So I think that would be fire. But all right, man. Shang-Chi's awesome. Go see it.
Yes.
AEW All Out was awesome. Watch it. Let's get into the top 5 real quick, man.
Boom.
We're just going to keep it MCU. This movie definitely had the best fights, in my opinion, in MCU.
No question. Not even close.
So now that we have this movie in the world, what are your top 5 favorite MCU fight / action scenes?
Yes. So quick honorable mention, even though this wasn't my favorite. Oh no, this was my favorite movie. Not my favorite. It was one of my favorite movies. The first Guardian scene. Oh wait, never mind. This was the so I didn't like Guardians 2 that much, but I did like the scene at the end where where what's the blue guy's name? Zando.
This is gonna be Yondu.
Maybe it was
Yondu,
the first
yeah.
one. Where he does it was the second. I don't remember. It was one of them where he does the trick, that extravagant sequence with his whistle.
Love it.
And then he comes,
arrow.
the whistle arrow, and he comes down like, "Hey, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all."
Poppins, y'all.
Great line.
Fantastic.
So of the honorable mentions, I just had to pick one because like there are several.
There's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones, and there are several Avengers team up sequences
moments, yes,
that are
agreed.
all fantastic, and I couldn't really decide. I mean, you had the first Avengers where like, Thor is going crazy, Hulk is smashing,
From the first Avengers.
Love you got Widow hurricane and people off of space motorcycles.
Then you got Hawkeye shooting no look jumpers,
no look
corner threes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? On some Steph Curry. And then you had even a lot of people don't like this movie that much. It was okay, but even in Age of Ultron where you had like that one shot,
the opening scene of
opening scene
Ultron
and at the end where you have that circular shot of all of them like in
Vision
action.
Picks up the hammer.
Man, Vision was cold. He was actually the best part of that movie.
Yeah, Vision been cold.
He's a great. You already know that nigga be overstanding and shit.
Listen, brother, they trying to
brainwash you, brother.
Man, gotta love it. Love Vision.
He defeated White Vision off straight up overstanding that nigga.
Overstandment.
And that was it. Death by overstandment. He opened his pineal gland, and that was all. That was all she wrote.
DBO, death by overstandment.
So the one that I ended up choosing was in Endgame, Avengers versus Thanos, you had
the plan.
The plan, bro, and you had Star-Lord's dumbass fucking it up. But you really got to see it
was so sad too, bro. Because like, was it Iron Man that just asked him like, "Why'd you do that, man?
Like, come on, bro.
Why you do that, man?"
And then Peter, man, that was tough, dog. When Peter took
I
L.
will never forget, bro. My son was bawling.
I can't imagine.
Bro.
I'm grown, and I almost was.
Bro, my son was bawling, and I literally had to tell him. Like, I didn't want to spoil it because I knew they were doing the story from the comic book.
Yeah.
But like, I had to just be like, bro, he comes back. Everybody comes back.
It's fine.
Relax.
No, that was tough, man.
Are you sure? Do you have the comics at home? I'm like, yeah, man, you can read it. You know what I'm saying? So that was tough.
But the part that I like the best about that is you really got to see you got to see Doctor Strange.
You really got to see Black.
Right, goddamn it. No, you got to see Doctor Strange like really flexing.
He was flexing.
Right, he was hitting you with he was going deep into the bag, man. He hit you with the golden band or the bands of Siderax.
Yeah, bro. He pulled out the Kyrie Irving.
And then he hit you with the guy with the fucking like the overstandment wave where you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh snap.
Yeah, that fight was incredible.
That was really got to see because hey man.
Then you got Peter being a nuisance.
Yeah, just kind of messing with him. Fucking it's gonna do some stuff over here. Hey, can't get me. It's gonna come in. Yeah, gonna mess with you some more.
Oh man.
Such a great scene.
So good, man.
And I love that scene because you get to really see how powerful Doctor Strange is. I mean, there are versions of Doctor Strange that could maybe beat Thanos, like straight up.
And I loved Iron Man in that fight as well.
Yeah,
he was going to work, man.
Yes, shout out to that's probably my favorite of the team ups. Number 4, and I could really do my entire list just off of Shang Chi fights, but I'm gonna limit it to only 2.
Okay.
So number 4 is the bus fight. Just hands. Tech. You know what I'm saying? Tech.
Oh,
God damn it, Tech. And some I was very, very impressed with his parkour. I was not expecting that, and he was excellent at that.
It was so good.
And it's just a clever, like, I love close quarter fight scenes. I think they're, because you got to really kind of have
what you doing, man.
Tech to really pull those off.
Not a lot of, and no camera. It wasn't cutty.
Yes.
It was so good.
You got to see the guys doing the stuff.
Yeah, man.
There's some humor in there. The dude that had it on his phone was pretty funny.
That was hilarious. What's going on, man? It's your boy. I used to do martial arts when I was a kid, so I'm gonna grade this.
Right, he was live commentating and grading it as it was happening. That was funny.
Oh man.
So yeah, that was fantastic, bro. I'm gonna cheat a little bit with number 3 here. just because it's hard for me to separate them, and some of it is just like haven't seen a movie in a while. But I'm gonna go Winter Soldier, Bucky versus Cap.
Yeah.
But like kind of like all of them, like all of the scraps.
I agree.
From the first one to the last one. I mean, you know, that's when you got to really see, this motherfucker is a killer.
Yeah.
Like he be whooping ass.
Exactly.
And you got to see, you know, up until this point, the best hands guy was probably Black Panther, but then a very close second would have either a toss up between Bucky and Cap.
Yeah.
And to see them going at it and like being the hands guys that they are, it was you hadn't seen that up until this point in the MCU. That's why a lot of people hold that movie so high, because it's a very much a classic like martial arts action movie.
Yeah.
Up until Shang-Chi, of course. Speaking of Shang-Chi, number 2, got to go with the Mandarin versus Shang-Chi's mom in the first scene.
So good.
It's a beautiful scene, man.
I love it, man.
Really, really, really dope. Kind of Crouching Tigers, wuxia vibes there. And I loved how like it was also a story between them as well, like how he like fell for her during the fight. That's very creative.
Yeah, I love that.
And she just had answers for all of his, like, bro, he flexed the 10 rings, and she was like, nigga, that's all you got? What the fuck is that? That shit weak.
Let me show you how to work them the right way.
Right. You don't even know what to do with that, bro. You don't even know what those are called. Get out of here.
Yeah, that was oh man, so good.
It's an amazing scene. And my number 1, bro, dog, to this day, it's gotta be the casino fight from Black Panther, bro. For so many different reasons. One, because it was just black excellence just on display, like just black people being beautiful and deadly all in the same scene. Just fantastic. And just on some film nerd shit, the way that shit was shot was just unparalleled.
Yeah, it was
dog.
beautiful. The way it was like kind of moving to everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was a one shot, but how he followed Coogler, the director, there was this, I think it was somebody jumped from the top balcony to the floor, and I don't know if it was Okoye or T'Challa, but one of them did. And just the way the camera just like jumped into action, the way the score hit all at the same time, and Okoye putting in the legit staff work,
when she was twirling around her neck.
Yeah, and that was her. That was what's her name? Denai Guerrera.
Yeah,
that was her doing that
really,
shit.
Really dope, man.
So that's probably my favorite action scene to this date. Boom,
bang. I love it. All right, all 5 coming from Shang-Chi. No, off top, man, gotta do some honorable mentions. First honorable mention, Shang-Chi versus Ying Nan. That was Michelle Yeoh's character. It's not like a real fight. It was just kind of training. But like, I love that scene. It was really dope, man. So I have to throw that in honorable mentions. Another honorable mention, man, the Avengers versus Chitauri from the first Avengers movie.
Who did the most work?
In that movie?
Yeah. I feel like there's a very clear winner, in my opinion.
Hawk? Or
I think it's Thor.
Bro,
Thor had that bottleneck.
I was going to say.
He hit them niggas with the Odin Force, dog.
Thor, and he took down that ship.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What a great.
Yeah, Thor went crazy on that. So, man, oh, my gosh, there's so many good ones. Another honorable mention, man. Cap just beating the crap out of the Hydra goons on the Lemurian starship at the beginning of Winter Soldier.
Bro, yes.
Bruh, he was, man. And then like the little one-on-one with Batroc where he was like, basically like, you hiding behind and he took the mask off and just.
Bet.
Oh, man. Awesome. So that fight is also amazing. And then, man, another honorable mention, dog, gotta be, another honorable mention's got to be the Wakanda fight from Infinity War in the bubble.
Oh, fuck
everybody!
Yeah. Oh my God!
And Thor showing up with Stormbreaker, and then T'Challa and Cap racing to scrap,
and then T'Challa like low key winning with the fast twitch muscles. Like, nah, bro, you fast, but I go to Alabama. I'm in the SEC. God damn it. So
Bruh, D1 track,
Right.
all world athlete.
that was great.
So good. But let's get into the top 5, man. Coming in number 5, bro. Of course, it's the Avengers versus Thanos, the Battle of Titan from Infinity War.
Yes.
Same one you had. So good. The plan was so clever.
Yep.
You got to see Doctor Strange flex his muscles. Got to see Tony flex his muscles. Got to see Spider-Man be annoying and just kind of bother Thanos.
Gonna fucking
So
can't get me.
it was such a good scene, man. I love it. Love Iron Man pulling out the sword, drawing some blood on Thanos before he stabbed him.
Shout out to Mantis as well.
Yeah, she was the key
Yeah.
to the plan. Which, in the comic book, she's a very good fighter. So her character in the movie is way different. But yep, that's my number 5. Coming in at number 4, man, is definitely Cap versus Winter Soldier. I would probably have to say, if I would be specific, that first one where they're fighting on the street.
Yeah, that one was dope.
Cap's not in his outfit, and he's fighting him for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the knife work, the
shield work,
the shield that gets stuck in the van.
Nigga, he be hitting people with that. And you saw what it did to the door, dog. Cap got a couple bodies he must, right? Like, he be killing people. Just like, imagine hitting a human being with a piece of metal that just got jammed into a larger piece of metal.
Cut away.
Yeah.
Cut away, cameraman. But yeah, that fight, I love that fight, man. Like, that fight is so good. And that's my number 4, man. Coming number 3, I got this Shang Chi versus the scaffolding fight.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. It ends with the Death Dealer fight, and he was about to take him out.
Oh, for sure.
He had
those memories coming
flashbacks,
back.
and he
bro,
was.
I always hated you, bro.
Hold on. He was gonna take him out. So that
nigga was like, hold on, I ain't never fuck with you, bro. Like, I'm definitely about to kill you.
He was about to take him out. That was fantastic. My number 2, man, just like you, bro. Wenwu versus Yang Li. That was the first fight from Shang-Chi where he meets his mom. Just like you said, just a beautiful scene. And then for them to like start the movie off with it, it was so. That was just off that. I was just like, oh, okay, we're really doing the. You know what I'm saying? The martial arts thing. That scene was beautiful, man. I loved it. And coming in at number 1, man, the bus scene, bro. Like, I loved the bus scene from Shang-Chi, man. The bus fight from Shang-Chi is gonna be my number 1. My new favorite fight scene from Marvel. Just incredible. Like you said, bro. The parkour work, the speed. The choreography was so good, and shout out to Simu Liu for just pulling it all off. And that's my new favorite Marvel fight, bro. So coming in number 5, we got the Avengers vs Thanos, the Battle of Titan. Number 4, Cap vs Winter Soldier from Winter Soldier. Number 3, the scaffold fight, which led to Shang-Chi versus Death Dealer. Number 2, Wenwu versus Yang Li. That's Shang-Chi's dad and his mom when they first met. And my number 1 favorite Marvel fight scene is the bus scene from Shang-Chi. A lot of good ones out there, man. A lot of honorable mentions, man. That's my top 5, bro. I love this movie so much. Could have literally did a top 5 with all fights from the movie.
Easily.
So good. But yeah, man, that's it. Y'all got some homework. Go see Shang-Chi.
Immediately. Today. Right now.
Watch AEW All Out.
Right now.
It's never too late to get back into wrestling, man. Do it.
I took like 12 years off and I'm back now.
It's never too late. Hey, man, thanks y'all for listening. I got a new project coming out November 19th. It's called Book of Changes, produced by the homie Dixon Hill, who Dixon Hill is actually a Star Trek character. I didn't know that. That's where he got his name from.
Is he?
Yeah.
Interesting. My man.
And make sure you guys go run up the new joint that I got, Storm of Clan Sakai, produced by the GOAT, Hiro-san here. Hey, man, that song's only been on streaming for a week, and it's got like 5,000 streams already. So that's awesome for me. I appreciate that, y'all. And y'all just stay tuned, man. Got some good stuff coming. Anything you got on the way out?
I just remember who Dixon Hill is, like a holodeck character.
Yeah,
from Star
okay.
Trek. I got you.
Boom.
Nah, man. Hey, man, just keep it locked. There's always new stuff on the horizon.
Yes, sir. And thank y'all for listening. We had to cut it a little short. Got to go pick the youngins up from school.
Cheering.
The children. The children.
Cheering.
But yeah, man.
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Go see Shang Chi, man. And also, homies in the Discord, we love y'all. Make sure y'all post your top 5 favorite MCU fights in the Discord after you listen to this. All right, y'all. Episode 96.
Hey, yo.
Peace.
Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge up. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under great skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.